Good morning from San Juan, Puerto Rico. I got to sleep in this morning because our shuttle pickup time isn't until 1 o'clock and it is 10:32. I set my alarm for 9 and then I went back when it went off and I added another hour. So I got up at 10. I brewed 1 cup of coffee, but guess what? There's no more coffee and I can't reach the front desk. There's like an old school cordless phone with a front desk button, but the front desk button just keeps taking me to like an 800 number for reservations and I can't figure out how to get to the front desk. So I feel like I still need caffeine, so what I'm going to do is brew a cup of black tea, because I do have black tea. I don't think the tea is as strong. If you watch my last video, I went down this little rabbit hole of what has caffeine, does matcha have caffeine, is green tea caffeinated, and all of that. So here I am, Puerto Rico, rambling, waffling. I'm gonna get ready in a little while, but for the meantime, I'm just going to work on waking up properly. It did rain while I was sleeping, although I missed it. I didn't hear a thing, but it is kind of cloudy outside. I'll show you what my view is like. Here we are. This is my view from my room. There's some murals down here. You see the airport control tower in the airport that way. But hello again from San Juan. And it looks like the only tea they have is chamomile tea. And I think a chamomile tea is a relaxing tea to go to sleep. See, the other coffee they have is this decaf. I think I'm just gonna brew a cup of decaf instead, because I just want to drink something warm and I'd rather have the coffee than the chamomile tea. Time to brew. So part of my meal prep, I boiled some hard-boiled eggs to add more protein and less carbs to my diet. So I love them with lots of pepper. So that's what I did. I just took one out of the refrigerator, sliced it in half, added some salt and pepper, and this will be my breakfast. 2 of these hard-boiled eggs. Okay, it is 12:30, just after 12:30, and I'm just about all ready to go. I have a great view of the airport and I'm watching these airplanes just take off. I could see the control tower. We got a little bit of rain earlier, and it is kind of cloudy over the ocean. If you look hard between the buildings here, you can see the ocean. I'll give you a view of what I can see from here. But that's it. I don't anticipate today being too exciting. It's just a one-leg trip, although the leg is longer than yesterday's. I think it's blocked for 4 hours, but flight time should be a little bit less than that. But we'll see. We'll see what I have to report. We'll see what I jot down in my little notebook to share with you. And we'll see if my prediction was correct or not. Anyways, I'll show you the view of the ocean from what I could see. Like I said, it's just a little teeny tiny view, but you can see the storm off in the distance that has kind of swept through us. And I'm watching airplanes take off. There's like a military plane with I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a B-52. I'm probably not right. But it's a big airplane and there are 2 engines hanging from each wing. I'll show you what I'm looking at and I'll show you the beach. Not the beach, the ocean. A teeny tiny view of the ocean from where I'm standing right now. So there's the big military plane that I was telling you about. If you know what kind of airplane that is, let me know. But it's quite big. I've been enjoying, this is the 3rd one I see that is lining up to take off. It's quite neat to see because they're so
large, so it's neat to see them take off and fly in the air. It looks like it's something that should not be possible, but it absolutely is. And if you look hard out there, you can see the water. That's what I'm seeing. You see the waves coming in? That's my view, and you see the storm that has now moved past. But I'm just about ready to leave Puerto Rico. I am going to Charlotte, North Carolina.
I'm flying on the Airbus 321 on this leg, and I just wanted to show you the tool that I use to help me close the overhead bins. I have to get on my tippy toes if I don't use the tool. Using the tool definitely makes it a lot easier because they are pretty high up there.
I was hoping we get the before 14 hours. I was trying at the we're staying at the house.
Used to get free breakfast there. I think we still do. I'm looking this way too. That's such a.
I made it to Charlotte, and even though today's workday was only like a little over 5 hours, it felt like such a long day. And it wasn't just that way for me, it was for the entire crew. And I don't know if it was because it was the late start in the day that kind of made feel like our whole day dragged, but it felt like such a long day. It's now 6:21 p.m. Tomorrow we are going to take the 6 a.m. shuttle, so this is like a 12-hour layover. So I'm going to get on with it. The debrief will be quick because there wasn't a whole lot that happened. So I'll do the room tour, and then I'll do my debrief, and then I'm going to get some relaxation in and a good night's sleep because I feel like cranky and tired. All right, room tour. So this is my home for the night. Upon entry, we have a lovely little desk with a desk lamp, a little living room sitting area. That's a neat little lamp up there, and some like wire art. Or maybe it's paint on glass, I'm not sure. A little area for luggage and a place to hang coats. Full-length mirror, a little refrigerator, and a coffee bar. That's where I will make coffee in the morning. They did provide one lonely bottle of water. I brought water though, I should be good. TV, little cubbies with an ice bucket and some glasses, 2 beds. Now I know a lot of flight attendants, what they do is they'll use one bed to eat in if they're going to eat something, and then the other bed to sleep in. That's some of the videos that I used to watch. That's what some would do. A closet with an ironing board. Oh, there's the iron. A little vanity. Makeup remover wipe. Yay. Those are always come in handy. They always come in handy. A shower. And that's the room tour. Okay, so like I said, the debrief will be short and sweet because there isn't a whole lot to report. I will say, so the first thing was from San Juan, Puerto Rico to Charlotte, North Carolina. It was 1,474 miles. Flight time, we spent 3 hours and 30 minutes in the air. We were a little bit late leaving San Juan because the aircraft was late coming in. So we had to wait for the airplane to get there. Then we had to wait for all of those passengers and crew to get off that plane. Then the plane gets cleaned quickly, and then we boarded it. Our crew boarded it, did our safety checks, and then we started welcoming passengers. So that's what happened there. And since maybe because it was such a quick turnaround, I'm not sure. I can't recall where this airplane was coming from, but we did not have any catering. There was no downline in that galley. Downline is when your airplane gets catered at another base, and the downline is for the crew that's going to be working the next flight. So if you ever have catering carts in there that are labeled downline, you don't touch that because that's for the next flight that's going to be worked on that aircraft. Well, when the number 2 got on there, he didn't see any evidence of any downline, and he asked the station agent there at the airport if we get catered in Puerto Rico, and she said, oh yes, you get catered here, someone will be on shortly. And so what happened was catering never came on. Before we knew it, it was time to lock the door and head out. We flew out. So we flew out without any catering and without any downline. So what he did was he just pulled all the leftovers from the carts, whatever sodas had not been opened, whatever juices had not been opened, whatever mixers had not been opened, and he just put together carts that way. So we had enough to offer everyone one drink and one snack, and we just had to skimp and go through and use whatever we had. So we did pull it off successfully. We were able to give everyone at least a drink and a snack. When it got to the tail end of some of the customers, there were certain things that we were out of, certain kinds of sodas, but luckily in most cases we had whatever their backup choice was, and that was it. So catering was a disaster. Catering was a mess, but we made it work, because what else are we gonna do? It's not like we can stop at the store in the middle of the air or anything and pick up what we're missing. We made do with what we had, and we made it happen. So that feels good. But as far as the day goes, oh, it just felt like it dragged, and for all of us it felt that way. Tomorrow I work a 10-hour day, and then I have a 14-hour layover, and then the next day I work 11 hours. So I am feeling it today. I'm feeling a little bit tired, feeling a little bit antsy. So I'm going to put on some comfy clothes. I'm going to watch TV. I'm going to get some R&R, and then I'm going to get some sleep. So, this video will probably just continue. I'm not going to end it here. I'm going to go ahead and throw in tomorrow's video, whatever I film tomorrow, right after this. So stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. Good morning. It is Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday. I can't think of the date right now. I've been up since just before 4 a.m. I woke up before the alarm went off. And so I thought, you know what? No sense in trying to fall back asleep. I have like 10 minutes. I'm just going to get up. I feel like for the most part, my body was rested, considering I got up before the alarm went off. But I'm going to brew some coffee now. I'm almost done getting ready. I love getting up early enough to just have some downtime and not have to rush and jump to working right away. So I'm going to have granola bar for breakfast and finish my coffee and just have a few moments. But we'll continue the adventure today. Today I'm flying from Charlotte to San Juan, Puerto Rico, then San Juan, Puerto Rico back to Charlotte, and then I will lay over for 14 hours. So I'm happy that this layover will be a little bit longer. Okay, it's time to go to work. It's 5:42 a.m. Have to be down there at 6, so I'm going to make my way downstairs. And tonight's layover, I will be coming back to Charlotte again, but a different hotel. So today's workday is 10 hours, right around 10 hours. So I'm going to start putting a dent in those 10 hours. Okay, I'm in Charlotte once again. Back from Puerto Rico. I had 2 legs. Charlotte to Puerto Rico, back to Charlotte, and here I am in the hotel. So we'll go ahead and do our room tour now. Okay, so right away we have the front door, and then we come this way to the bathroom. Nothing really special here. 0% naturally kind formulation, shower gel, conditioner, and shampoo. Oh, this is kind of neat, like textured wallpaper. Some coat hangers. 2 beds. This looks kind of old-fashioned though. some, maybe this is Charlotte art. Usually the hotels have art that has like a theme to the city or something. Or if it's by an airport, they'll have like an airline theme. But I don't see a theme here unless music is a theme in Charlotte. I'm not sure, do you know? Let me know if you know if music is a theme in Charlotte. And there's no view, it's just a view of the parking lot and a roof. Okay, I made it to Charlotte and I have my debrief. I don't have a whole lot in my debrief because it was just 2 legs today. Charlotte to San Juan and then back to Charlotte. This morning at the Charlotte airport, the security line was so long. In my entire time flying, I've never seen that security line so long. It was so long that we took photos. Each of us took a photo on our cell phone because we were worried that if we got to the gate late, then we would get a late sign-in, which we'll get in trouble for. And we just wanted that timestamp to prove, in the event that that did happen, to prove it wasn't our fault that security line was so long. We were at the airport an hour prior, but getting through that security line took a lot of time. And the Charlotte airport is pretty big, so by the time we got through that security line and rushed to the gate, it said 2 minutes to boarding. We scanned in just in time. Let's see, in Charlotte, the first class catering was missing 8 meals. So the number one let them know right away, and the gate agent messaged catering, but for some reason it just took so long. We ended up getting delayed for it because the number one informed the captain and said, hey, look, we're missing 3 meals, and it was a pretty long flight. It was 1,474 miles from Charlotte to San Juan, and that's three and a half hours of flight time. And those first class passengers, they paid for seats and they are due a meal. And so without the meals, she wouldn't be able to do a proper service. She let the captain know, and the captain made the call to say, you know what, we're going to wait here for those meals. We're not going to leave without them. So we waited there for the meals to arrive, and the silver lining was that there were 5 passengers that were arriving on a late connection. They were able to, since we waited for the meals, they were able to make it on the flight. So that's good, you know, good karma. So captain made the announcement and he let all the passengers know, once all the passengers were on, that we were waiting for catering to bring us those meals. So, and everyone, I didn't hear any complaints. I think everyone was pretty understanding. I think we were only like 7 minutes late from our original time landing in Puerto Rico. Once we landed in Puerto Rico in San Juan, it was a quick turnaround. They literally, they had gate agents or a gate agent come on and trying to get the passengers out as quickly as possible because we had to turn that plane around. So passengers were deplaning, cleaners were on the plane cleaning, straightening up seats, and by the time they got to the back, pretty much shortly after that, it was time to just greet new passengers and welcome them on board. So quick turnaround, and we landed in Charlotte 40 minutes early of our scheduled time. Like, we made up a lot of time and made it back early. So that was my day. Feels a little bit long. Today is Super Bowl Sunday. I think I'm just going to put the Super Bowl on, put on some comfy clothes, have dinner, and just relax here. That's it. I'm pretty spent today. I got up early. Yesterday I got up early. Today was a longer day. Tomorrow's going to be a long day. Tomorrow I go to Cuba. I go to Miami and then I go to Cuba and then I'm done. And that will be the end of this 4-day trip. And 4-day trips, they are pretty long. That's the longest trip that I think that we have out of Miami. There may be one trip that is 5 days. But yeah, I'm done. So I'm gonna say good night now, and I'm gonna have some relaxing time. So if you enjoyed this video, if you would be so kind and give me a thumbs up, and if you are not yet subscribed and you're interested in hearing about my life as a flight attendant, then please hit the subscribe button somewhere right there. All right, guys, I wish you the best. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. If you have any questions, comments, you want to know anything, just drop me a comment. All right, bye.